Hey everyone. So you took about 30 minutes to try and solve the problem. Now I'd like to go over the solution that was shared with me from the video. Now bear in mind, this isn't necessarily the best space complexity, but we do solve this in O of n time, and it is very easy to follow this code. So we're going to go through it now, right? So we have our function that takes in the array, it takes in the k value or the size of the window, and it takes in the threshold, which is the average that we're trying to meet, right? So we're going to initialize our sum variable. We're going to initialize a counter, right? And you could have used an array or an object, but in this example they used a counter, and I think counter is more effective personally. But so what we first do is we set a loop for our window, right? For I equals 0 until k, and we're going to sum all the values inside of our window, right? And we need that in order to get the sum. And then we're going to set the average equal to the sum divided by k, which is the size of our window. So now we have our average variable. And now we say that if the average is greater than or equal to our threshold, we're going to increment our counter, right? Because that means that we have actually hit our value that we need to hit. And then we're going to go inside. We're going to go inside, and we're going to say from j equals k until the length of the array, and increment j. And we're going to decrement the sum from array at j minus k. Now, why do we do this? Because right now our sum is equal to 222, which is 6. And so now we need to actually decrement our sum by the next value in our window, right? So if our window goes from index 0 to 2, the next window goes from 1 to 3, right? And so now the index at the third value has to be added on, and we have to decrement, anything that we are no longer counting, which is the one at the 0 index, right? So we're not counting array at 0, but we are counting array at 3. So in line 19, we decrement array at 0, and in line 20, we increment array at 3, right? And now we're going to make the new average equal to the sum divided by k, right? So now we say if the new average is greater than or equal to our threshold, we're going to increment our counter, and at the very end, we're going to return our counter with a final increment to account for the very last condition. And that's the solution. And any questions or things that you want to go over, I suggest now is the time where we all kind of go over different solutions that we came across, but this concludes my explanation. I hope it was insightful, and have a good day.